So yes, I am a co-founder and COO at CarbonRe, so an industrial AI company spun out of UCL and Cambridge University, and we are focused on decarbonising energy-intensive foundation industries such as cement, steel and glass, which are responsible for about 20% of global greenhouse gas emissions. Our first product is an AI-powered cloud-based solution that uses artificial intelligence to drive process optimization in the pyroprocessing part of cement production, which uses vast amounts of fuels. Can I go to my next slide, please? Sorry. Thank you. And next slide again, please. Thank you. So look, we're at Innovation Zero. I think people really understand the scale of the problem, particularly in the industrial stage, but cement is essential for modern life. It underpins much of the sustainable development goals in terms of building hospitals and roads and urbanisation, but it is also responsible for 8% of global greenhouse gas emissions. About 60% of that emissions comes from the calcination process when we heat up our raw materials, and the rest of it is coming from the burning of fossil fuels or alternative fuels to drive really, really high heats, about 1500 degrees Celsius in the kiln. As we heard from Tom White earlier, there are amazing technologies emerging, such as carbon capture and storage, but they are, some years away from scale and application. Other exciting innovations that are really going to make headway in our decarbonisation journey, such as electrification and hydrogen, are also very expensive and a long way away from scaling. So I want to talk about the role of digitalisation in decarbonisation. There's these two quotes. Paul Fennell's research paper from 2021 has demonstrated from his research that the opportunity for digitalisation alone to reduce carbon emissions can be estimated about 10%. And this was further supported by the World Economic Forum, who believe that there's another opportunity of 4 to 10% reduction in CO2 just by decarbonisation. Next slide, please. Sorry, okay. Perfect. Oh, I've got another one. Hey, brilliant. Cheers. Thank you. So these benefits have yet to be realised in the cement industry. They are, as an industry, slower to adopt digitalisation than other industries. And research from Rockwell Automation showed that there are about 60% of cement plants today still don't have digitalisation strategies. But of course there are industry leaders, Holcim, Heidelberg, OIAC, who are very advanced and who we can learn from as an industry. There are also lots that we can learn from other industries, such as transportation and retail, which have demonstrated amazing benefits from digitalisation. At CarbonRe, as I mentioned, our focus is on prioritising digitalisation in the pyroprocessing part, because that is where we believe we can have the biggest impact on decarbonisation. So things that we can learn from other industries. Okay, so we are on the right stage. We can build on our digitalisation journey by collecting data and storing it efficiently. There is an abundance of data from hard and soft sensors that is massively underutilised by industry. And consistency is key. And it's not easy, but we recommend adopting the FAIR principles to data, which means that it needs to be findable, accessible, interoperable, and reusable. We also encourage, certainly for our technologies, a move away from on-prem solutions to cloud-based technologies. Not only because that means that opportunities like artificial intelligence can be realised, you can also get to use adjacent services such as business intelligence and roll those out remotely and across plants. once you've got those basics right, you're collecting your data, you've made it accessible, there are lots of opportunities to layer on that benefit, such as predictive quality analysis using machine learning. So you've created your data, made it findable, you can take historical data and real time and build models that are going to be able to predict and make adjustments to the cement production process and reduce the lag time and the impact on the amount of fuel that you're using. Other things that you can benefit from with your data is process optimization with digital twins. That's something we're very keen on at CarbonRe. You can really take that holistic data and get new insights to drive that process optimization. Finally, the other opportunity is related to AI-enabled predictive maintenance. This can reduce downtime and waste in the industry and improve reliability and efficiency. So we, learning from different industries, learning from forerunners in the cement industry, have created a blueprint for success. We believe that the first thing you absolutely need to do is understand where your cement plant is in its digitalisation journey, carry out a data audit, find your starting point. Setting bold strategies is really key. No, you're not going to succeed if you don't have clear targets, and certainly you need to invest in those. As you see here, success in digitalisation programs correlates with investment. So the money that you put in today, you will get an ROI. It is long, as Tom I think mentioned earlier, you have to take the long-term view, but the money that you will invest in your digitalisation journey today will typically achieve an ROI multiple of 2 to 3 within 3 years. Keeping people at the centre is also key. My personal background is in organisational development and change, and while we're going to see an emergence of automation and real use of AI technologies, that we still need people to have the skills to adopt and manage and understand the technologies that are being deployed. So change management programme is absolutely critical to the success of your digitalisation journey. And finally, of course, don't be left behind. I think we all know the story about Netflix and Blockbuster and having the foresight to adopt and adapt to a changing world. There's obviously a lot of complexity in that story, but we do know, the McKinsey have quoted that the more companies progress, the faster they progress. And it'll give you more opportunity to have agility, be able to respond to disruption, and really help you keep ahead of the curve. Just finally, drawing on the insights that we've had from industry, from adjacent sectors, Ofgem's work with the Data Transformation Task Force in the energy sector has been a really great example. And so taking away from that, we would encourage the cement industry to publish that digitalisation strategy, establish a common industrial framework for data. That means obviously making it fair and accessible, but also helping cross-learnings across plants and also across sectors. We want to update the best available techniques, currently very much focused on hardware. We want to see much more focus on the digitalisation software technologies examples, and finally we'll need to upskill our workforce. So as a rattle through, I'm going to stop there, but there is a massive opportunity to reduce our carbon emissions today with the digitalisation whilst we prepare for emerging technologies such as carbon capture.
Well, thank you, Buffy. Everyone's got the Slido QR code. We've got still a few minutes if there's any questions for Buffy in the meantime. So whilst those are coming through, one from me. How is artificial intelligence changing the digitalisation landscape for decarbonisation?
The artificial intelligence is the layer that sits on top of the digitalisation. So the better the data is accessible, the more cross-learnings we can have, the more advanced the speed of the machine learning models can be. So it's digitalisation first, machine learning and artificial intelligence next. It's all part of the same journey.
Thank you, Buffy. Any more questions coming through? We've still got another couple of minutes. Last chance, otherwise I'm going to
That's fine.
Thank Buffy very much.
Thank you.
And we'll move to the next speaker. Thank you.